Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading is a career and finance reading for the sign of Virgo. But I'll just do a little bit of a spoiler. It looks like there might be a little bit of love mixed in this reading as well. So that's quite exciting. I'm just going to move the cards up a little bit. Okay, let's go straight to the bottom of the deck and see what we've got. And what did I say? I thought there might be a bit of love mixed in. There is a situation at the moment that is stemming back to the past. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It can also be a card of childhood, childhood connections and connections from longer ago. It's a very sweet connection. In terms of career and finance, it could be that you're dealing with something from the past that needs wrapping up, that hasn't quite wrapped up yet. I'm going to take another card here. Oh, wow. Blimey. Right. Well, these are two big love cards. So we've got the Six of Cups and the Four of Rods. The Four of Rods is a twin flame connection. The Six of Cups is a soulmate connection. So although this is a career and finance reading, perhaps you are more concerned about a love affair that is going on at the moment. Or it could be that there's a situation from your past that is going to reach, or that you're hoping is going to reach, an amicable conclusion. Well, the Four of Rods is a celebration card. So if you're going through the midst of something tricky, either at work or something to do with money, and especially if it's got a link with the past, then I think you're headed for a good conclusion, is what it feels like to me. We'll look at those a little bit more as we go along. Right, to the centre of the reading, we've got the Six of Swords. This is the card of trying to move from a difficult situation into a better one. So you could be trying to change job. You could have a financial situation going on that you're trying to remedy or rectify in some way, or move away from, or move into a better state, I suppose. Maybe you're trying to move your finances from the state they're currently in into a slightly better state. Perhaps you're trying to improve your finances. It could be that. But what is crossing this card is the Strength card. So what this means is that things are not moving forward quite as quickly as you would like, and that has been a bit of a struggle for you, or maybe even a sore point, I want to say, particularly if that's to do with money. Or it could be your job situation itself, that you're struggling to find a better job, or you're struggling to move yourself into a better area of work. It could be that as well. Six of Swords is normally a card of moving from choppy waters, if you like, into smooth sailing. So you're going from a situation that's been a bit tricky into something that is much, much better for your future. The movement forward is with the help of another person. So it could be that somebody is helping you to move things forward, and that really either you've been struggling with the person who's trying to help you, or the whole thing is a real struggle. That feels more like it. It might be that things just have been feeling very difficult for you. It could also be that you're dealing with a Leo. The Strength card can indicate, well, not that you're trying too hard, that's not exactly right, but that you're going through a bit of a trial, if you like. Things have been feeling difficult for a while, I think. And that's why although you're really, really keen to move things forward into a better situation, you're not there yet. Yeah. On the face of things, we've got free-flowing communication. This feels quite new. And so it could be that you've been waiting on some communication that has just come in. If that's not the case, if you're still waiting, then it is coming in. This is an exchange of information, really, or an exchange of communication. So the communication is going both ways. So it could be that actually you've struggled to get the communication moving in two directions. Maybe you've been communicating with somebody and they've not been getting back to you. Well, I think that's either changed right now or it's changing for the better, because this is very much free-flowing and also fast-moving energy. That's great. That feels very positive, I have to say. I'd like to link the Eight of Wands with the Four of Wands this communication that's coming in is going to bring about a good resolution for you, I believe. Really good news, Virgo. That's a great start. And I don't feel, so far, I don't feel like I need any clarifiers. What's hidden or what is not clear or what is in the underneath position is that you've had a choice to make, or maybe you still have a choice to make. We have the Two of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Whenever you get progression through the numbers in a reading, that is good news. So you have been seeking balance. If you've been seeking to try and regain some sort of balance to do with money or to do with your job, but really I think to do with money, because the Pentacles are money cards. Maybe you've had to choose to try and get things more balanced. Maybe you've had a difficult choice to make in order to get things more balanced, is what it possibly feels like. But the choice is working out because you've gone from the Six of Pentacles to the Seven. This is hidden, so not everybody knows that you've got such a struggle going on, I don't think. The Two of Swords is a choice. It's not an easy choice to make because it's not clear. You can't clearly see your way forward. And so you've sort of been feeling your way blindly to a better situation for you. And that is coming about. Other people don't know this though. It could be that you haven't even been sure yourself on what the fairness is about. It could be that this is something that is a little bit unconscious, that you're unconsciously trying to move yourself into a fairer position. And if that's the case, that's working because you're about to have some sort of harvest. So you're about to receive the fruits of your labour. And I think this ties in with the Eight of Wands. Something to do with communication that has come in or is coming in is going to help you get a fairer outcome that you have been trying to work on sort of in a secret way. You're going to get it anyway. That is improving. Things are improving. So if you've been, because this is the Six and the Seven, the Five of Pentacles is the card of lack and not enough money. So you're getting something fairer and you're going to be receiving that. I feel like saying that bonus, actually. It feels like you're going to be receiving a bonus. That could be a literal bonus at work, or it could be a sum of money from somewhere else that you weren't expecting. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, really good. In the past position, we've got the Page of Cups, which is an apology or a love letter. Classically, it's another communication card. So it could be, let's try and think how we relate this to career and finance. It could be that somebody's had to apologise to keep you at work, maybe. Maybe you've already thought of leaving and perhaps you've been put off leaving with like a sort of a promise of things are going to get better. I'm not sure that you're believing that because you've got the desire to move on. But it could be that somebody's promised you that in the past. Or it could be that you've literally had some love letters from somebody. Maybe you're in a new love connection. It does sort of feel like that. Actually, let's get a clarifier for the Page of Cups. Well, this card doesn't want to move, so let's have a look. Let's take that one for it. So Page of Cups is a love letter or an apology. Knight of Swords is very fast-moving energy. We relate it to career and finance. It could be that you actually, maybe you were cut out of a job that you wanted or you applied for, and you've been sort of fobbed off and you've been told that things are going to improve and you're not feeling it. That's what that feels like to me. You're not feeling the improvement yet, and so you're looking further afield, I think. And I think that would be a good thing. If you have in the past applied for a different job and you were told that you weren't suitable and you're still working for the same company, then looking further afield, I can understand, and I think that would be a good thing for you. In the future position, we have the Queen of Swords. This is decisive, very decisive action. In the future, you are cutting yourself off from a situation. So this goes in very nicely, hand in hand with the Six of Swords. You've decided you need to move a situation forward, and that is going to be happening in the future. So it's just at the moment that you're having a bit of a struggle. The future is looking very clear and decisive. I think I'll take a clarifier for the Queen of Swords in the future position for the Virgo. Queen of Rods, yeah, wow. Ooh, brilliant. Really decisive action. So this is the card of decisiveness, and this is the card of action. So you're coming into some really strong energy in the future, especially if you're a feminine. Yeah, wow. Also, the Queen of Rods is the most intuitive queen, and the Queen of Swords is the most clear-sighted queen. The Queen of Rods is the most dynamic, energetic, achieving queen. So something has required you to keep your focus recently. And in the future, the great news is that you are fully focused. You're going to be channeling some very clear, very energetic, dynamic, intuitive energy. You're going to be channeling a lot of clear-sighted, action-orientated energy, and it's going to get you what you want. So you're coming into a really positive, powerful phase, I think. Yeah, you are. It's funny because we've got 3 queens out here. In the next position, we've got the Queen of Cups, which is in the personal position. You are in love, I think, or you're in a loving situation. That's what I was going to say. We don't have your own queen. And I think that's probably quite indicative of the reading. Sometimes when you're doing a card reading, the obvious card that's missing is the most important. And because we don't have the Queen of Pentacles, which is your earthy energy, and it is the Queen of knowing your own worth, I think that is really, really paramount in the future, that you stick to your guns and make sure you do know your own worth. I think it's going to bring you what you want. I would say it's sort of like try to avoid what would be your natural energy, which would be to move slowly, carefully plan everything, and perhaps delay making decisions. I think that is what you need to avoid. You've got the card of quick thinking, you've got the card of dynamic energy, and you've got the card of love. And if we go back down here to fairness. So I think actually that what you need to avoid doing in the next 4 to 6 weeks is avoid being too slow and steady on a situation that you're currently trying to move yourself out of, because you've got better energy. I firmly believe you now know your own worth, you know what you're worth, and you know what you deserve. Definitely, because we've got this card of equality, if you like. You definitely know what you are worth and what you deserve. What I think you need to avoid doing is to avoid being too slow, too steady, too, forgive me for saying this, nitpicky. I think what you really need to do is to approach the current situation, as I've said, in the future, with this clear-sighted, action-orientated energy, but also coming from a place of love. Because actually, do you know what? I think you might be in love. If you're not in love yet, then it's coming in. Very, very definitely. You've got love coming in if you don't already have it. In the home position, we have the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords is total clarity. It's also the card of victory. It's interesting because we've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords, and we've got the Queen of Rods and the Ace of Rods at the conclusion. So this reading is saying that you really, really must take the bull by the horns and get whatever the difficult situation is that you have been struggling with, get that situation moving forward. Now, I think this is saying time is of the essence, especially if it's something to do with your home. So if there's anything here that you're working on relating to your home, or your home environment, or a mortgage, or anything like that, move a little bit more quickly than what your natural nature is, especially if you feel like you need to be quick. I would urge you to be quick, because this is the quickest moving energy. And don't forget, we've already got fast flowing, free flowing communication. I think you've heard something recently that means that you can act more quickly. It could be that you're trying to sell a house or buy a house. If that's the case, that is good news, because that's the card of victory. So far, I'm not feeling like I'm needing any more clarifying cards at all. This is all feeling extremely clear so far. In the hopes and fears position, You are hoping for a long-lasting, loving connection. Well, well, you have it. You've either found a soulmate or a twin flame, or you're about to. So Virgo, I mean, this is great confirmation. If you are single and you are hoping to find love, you're going to find it. If you're in a new loving connection and you're hoping it continues into something stronger and long-lasting, it will. This is great news. If you're already in a loving connection, what could you be hoping for here? You could be hoping for... Maybe you could be hoping for an engagement or a marriage, love everlasting. I think you've got all of that. What could you be fearing? That's not a card of fear. That's a card of, well, it's a card of love and total partnership. If you're fearing, you could be fearing a lack of partnership, but I don't really get that vibe. We have the moon to clarify the Two of Cups. I might take another. And here we are, Queen of Pentacles. So we've got all four queens. Your energy is hugely productive this month. So if you're hoping for a loving connection, you're going to find it because you now know what you're worth. If you're in a new loving connection and you're hoping it continues, it will, because you know your own worth. These are the same things, really. If you are worried that you can't see the way clearly forward in a relationship you're in, then knowing your own worth will help you to balance and steady the relationship. The moon is a card of not being clear, of things being veiled, shrouded, if you like. It could be that you just can't see how the connection can continue. That could be a thing. Well, it can continue, but you have to stick to your guns in terms of knowing what is and isn't good for you, what you will and won't accept in life. This is great. I can't see a negative there. The moon is also a month in itself because it's a whole monthly cycle. So it could be that a current relationship strengthens a lot in the next month. Or it could be that you're going to meet somebody and come into partnership in a month. This is all born out of the work that you've been doing on yourself. And I don't say that lightly because I know how Virgos work hard. And I believe you have been working very hard on your self-worth. And this month that is going to become evident, I think, with a good outcome. Now, the outcome card, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a battle. Okay, it's a fight. You can see this is a knight on a battlefield. I quite often read the Five of Swords as a 3 and a 2, so that would be choosing heartbreak. We've already got the card of choice down here, the Two of Swords. And if you have been heartbroken about a situation, that's changing, I think, because of the Ace of Wands. But also, don't forget, right at the start, I said you were struggling to move things forward. And we have the Six of Swords at the centre. That's where you're trying to get to. Now, unfortunately for you, this is backwards progression, if you like, or regression, rather, because we have the Five of Swords at the outcome. I don't want you to be too upset about that, because this is feeling very, very current, and it feels like you still have got a little bit of struggling to get through, to get to the end. It still feels like there is a little bit of a battle ahead of you. And that is why you are not quite able to move things forward to where you want to be yet. But I think because this is a 4 to 6 week reading, and because I have the Moon card here, which is a 4-week cycle, I believe in the next 4 to 6 weeks, you will be finished with that battle, down to decisive action. It very much depends on the action you take. And this is why I was saying before that being very slow and steady and careful is not really the energy this month. We have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Now, these 4 cards are telling me that you really have got to really get to grips with the situation and get it dealt with quickly. I just feel like saying that the quicker you can get things sorted, the quicker you can move out of this frustrating energy and the feeling that you are in the midst of a battle. And why would you want to prolong a battle? Well, maybe it's to do with getting better pay, maybe it's to do with getting a better job, maybe it's to do with getting a payout for something that you're owed, something like that. But I think the important thing to do is to stay in your best energy of knowing what you're worth, but also it's important to come at the whole situation in a sort of balanced way. Balance here is important. I know Virgos have very much got a loving energy, but I also know that you can get bogged down in detail. And I think this month it's saying that really try very hard to stay in your loving energy, harness some decisive action, and you will be victorious. Aces are divinely presented. They are gifts. You're being given the gift of clarity. You've received information and it has taken the veil off. You can see your way forward now. I think that you were afraid in the past that you were never going to see this situation fully clearly, and now you are seeing it. That has been revealed to you. You've got the gift of clarity now. And so the next thing you need to do is to utilize the gift of action and decisive energy, dynamic energy that comes with the Ace of Wands. You can do it. You can definitely do it, especially if you're a feminine watching this reading. You've got all the tools you need to get the outcome that you want and the fair result that is coming your way. And I'm certain it's coming. You're definitely going to get a fair result because that is what is underpinning the whole situation. So this is a really wonderfully positive reading, Virgo. You just have to be a little bit quicker than you would normally be about getting this situation resolved. And wow, I just thought I'd have a look. I've got a chill coming all over me now. I thought I would just have a look at the bottom of the deck, and there is the Empress. There is no greater clarity needed. You need to harness all of your feminine powers this month to get a situation that you have been struggling with that has felt like a battle moving forward. And you can do it. You can move this energy forward with all of this decisive, strong feminine energy that you possess. Wow, what a powerful reading, Virgo. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. If you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.